Still on the matter, another setback looms in the nation's education sector as members of the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP, prepare to embark on a warning strike. ASUP President Anderson Ezebe stated that polytechnic lecturers would withdraw their services in a 2-week industrial action with effect from Monday next week, a decision reached at the emergency meeting of the union's National Executive Council to review the response of the federal government to its ultimatum. Away from that, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, has directed ambassadors, heads of agencies and other government appointees with political ambition to step down. This directive, which came in a circular, followed President Buhari's order to members of the cabinet who are seeking offices in next year's poll to resign. The SGF noted that those affected should hand over to the most senior persons next to them. The presidential bid of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo looks to have received a major boost in Gombe State as Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya committed the state's APC delegates to his ambition. The governor, who assured Osinbajo of the state's support during the VP's courtesy call on him, said that no candidate was as credible as the VP. Speaking in the same vein, the emir commended Osinbajo for his loyalty to the president and his role as the head of Economic Advisory Council. Addressing his hosts, Osinbajo said that he declared presidential interest after serving for 7 years under a transparent leader, President Muhammadu Buhari, who exposed him to real governance.
It's another remarkable occasion because on so many occasions the vice president was coming as vice president and still is coming as a vice president. But this time around, he has come to interact with our delegates preparatory to the primaries of our ruling parties, the All Progressive Congress, and inshallah to the convention that will produce him by the grace of God as the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Attention in areas of economic policy, SME policy, ease of doing business, social investment, and many other areas have left lasting impact on our people. You have maintained a track record of excellent integrity as accomplished legal luminary, religious leader, and now a politician. It is attributes that endear you to many Nigerians across various ethnic and religious persuasions. We therefore pray for your continuous success in all your endeavors.
Only to say that on April 11th, 2022, I formally declared my intention to run as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And Your Royal Highness, I did so after serving as Vice President to our President, President Muhammadu Buhari, for the past 7 years. And we pray that by God's grace, I will do so for another year, up until May 29th, 2023. Your Royal Highness, in that period of 7 years, I had the honor of serving under a transparent leader, President Muhammadu Buhari, one who exposed me very diligently to all that there is to know about governing a complex and a complex and very diverse country such as ours. So I believe that all of the experiences that God gave me during the period of that 7 years is important now, especially as our country now wishes to transit, to move from one administration to the other. And I believe that given the experience that God has given me, given the exposure that I've had, including being acting president on various occasions, I believe that all of this will be useful in God helping if God enables me to become president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I think it will be all I've learned will be extremely useful.
The Chief of Staff, Governor House Gombe, the Honorable Commissioner.
The National Commissioner of the Boy Scout of Nigeria, Dave Padupaz Auna, has said that he would relate with other lawmakers if elected in the forthcoming general election. He said he would adopt peaceful means to end insecurity. Honorable Padipas Awuna stated this after presenting his nomination form to contest for the senatorial seat for Benue Northwest. He said that he would champion the cause of peace to enable farmers carry out their farming activities without security challenges.
Well, my roadmap is quite simple. This is the hub of the nation in terms of food supply. And you know, food and water is life. So if that has to be, Makurdi and Boko being the epicenter of where the food basket of the nation is, we have been bedeviled for some time now by issues that have arisen from attacks from suspected herdsmen. We are thinking that we shall try to synergize with other Nigerians and see how we shall cohabit in the most peaceful manner.
This is a vibrant young man who will not be afraid to tell the government of the Federation the plight of his people. You can see the whole of Benue West is in Naka now because of insecurity. We have no person to explain this to the federal government. By implication, what I'm telling you is that in the next 2 or 3 months, we will have no single food to eat in the Trashing people. That is Benue West. And he's the right person to tell the federal government the calamity that is taking place in that part of the world.
As Deltans prepare for the 2023 general elections in the state, the Resident Electoral Commissioner, REC, of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Delta State, Monday, Tom, has said that the Commission has created over 60 centers across the 25 local government areas of the state in order to cover the registration process and awareness campaigns on the need for every Nigerian to register and get their permanent voters card, PVC. Tom was speaking at a one-day special media CSO's dialogue on deepening citizens' understanding of the amended Electoral Act.
We are almost staying at the 26 centers. We are now have about 60-something centers in the state. Therefore, the difficult terrain, the creeks are being covered by our team who are devolving from one location to the other. So what we had initially, was only at the local government headquarters. It presented a lot of problems for you to travel to that place. But now that we're moving around, those problems have been overcome.
The 2022 Electoral Act, that has been cleared. Now all votings must go through, electronic process. And it's only electronic process vote that will be recognized by law. So those are very clear innovatives that we have seen. And also, 1 year ahead of election, funds have been released to INEC, as it were. Unlike what it used to be 2 months to election, INEC is still crying to see they've not gotten funds to do anything.
Aside from nominating and presenting candidates for elections, it is the duty of political parties to conduct voters' education. INEC cannot do it alone. I'm happy the representatives of the 2 leading parties are here. It is not enough for us to be interested in election after election, appointing people to head boards and parasitas. We need to educate the citizenry.
Scrutinize what they are doing, because by engaging the media practitioners, you get to unravel so many things that ordinarily you won't expose to the public. So I want to challenge practitioners to ensure that they get involved, do the best you can do.
The official trailer for Disney's original film on Guyana's Antetokounmpo's life and family rise has launched. This is coming nearly a month to its release, starring real-life brothers Uche Agada and Ral Agada as Guyana's and Thanasis. The Disney film follows the lives of the Antetokounmpos, an immigrant family from Nigeria struggling to make a life for themselves in Greece and amid daily threats of deportation. While Charles, that's Dayo Okeniyi, and Vera Yetunde Badaki Antetokounmpo sailed their families' daily storms, Giannis and Thanasis would play basketball with the local team. The boys soon discovered their great basketball talents, rising to world champions. Production for the Akinomoto Show directed film kicked off last year, and Disney announcing in October that Giannis would serve as executive producer for the Bernie Goldman-produced title. And that's the news this hour. Follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Plus TV Africa and Plus TV Africa Lifestyle. I'm Loretta Chiogo. Thanks for watching.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect them.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 and they pay.
Nigeria, by extension, Africa, is faced with a lot of challenges. The growing youth population with little engagement, that is a ticking time bomb. We are a blessed people with diverse culture and highly cerebral minds who have a lot to say. And yes, we are talking. It is important we drive the right conversation that informs, inspires, influences thought and action. If we say there's beauty in our diversity, then let us embrace our diverse culture. We must continue to courageously be the voice of transformation as we are the hope for the future. Yesterday's conversations shape today. What are you saying to shape your tomorrow? We know you have a lot to say, and we are here to hear you.
Hey, what's up, guys? You're welcome to another edition of Plus Event, and I remain your host, Ifeoluwa Oshukeye.
Your absence isn't an excuse anymore, as Plus Events is all you need, as we bring you the glitz, the glamour, and loads of fun.
Oh, definitely, by no question. He's a living legend.
Oh, God forbid, Holy Ghost fire, I know.
I just want to be blown away. I want to be wild. This is 11 years of doing it.
I'm surrounded by so much positivity.
No, it's okay.
Yo, what's up, my people? It's your boy Starboy Terry. You're watching
Plus Event
on Plus TV. Stay glued to Plus TV Africa every Saturday and Sunday, 4:30 p.m. West African time.
I bet your eyes and ears are thrilled with music videos coming from Nigerian artists. You obviously notice the singer, the video vixens, and other talents. But what about the music director? Close your eyes, think about your favorite music video, and see if you can tell who directed it. Great if you can, sad if you can't. We're here to celebrate the brains behind the videos out there, and here are 5 top Nigerian music video directors. Number 1. Clarence Peters. He's a director, filmmaker, and cinematographer. The founder and chief executive officer of Capital Dream Pictures was involved in a mobile-sponsored music video for a documentary on AIDS in 1998. He directed 40 episodes of the TV series Everyday People. Peters has also shot a good number of documentaries, TV commercials, short films, and TV features. He has directed music videos for recording artists such as Dare, Durella, Wizkid, Seyi Shay, Burna Boy, Waje, Tubaba, Fino, Runtown, and Yemi Alade. Peters has won numerous awards for his works. Number 2, TG Omori. Also known as Boy Director, TG Omori is a Nigerian music video director and cinematographer. He started directing at 15 while overseeing stage plays at school and church. He began making videos a year later but took it up professionally at 18 after graduating from Pencil Film Institute. This made him the youngest professional filmmaker in Nigeria. He has worked with Olamide, Wizkid, Burna Boy, Tekno, Kiss Daniel, Fireboy DML, Fowls, Timaya, Naira Marley, and many others.
So I put that for the camera when I pass it down. Put some Gucci on that booty cause she kill a man. That's why she don't want to push, she wanna stick around. But she still say that she love me cause I'm sexy. And I tell her that she lying, that she flexing. She be screaming, I be screaming, we be reckless. But I know that she be liking makeup sexy.
Number 3, Meji Alabi. This London-born Nigerian filmmaker, director, photographer, and producer has worked alongside Beyonce, Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido, Tiwa Savage, Popcan, Goldlink, and Nasty C. He directed Seyi Shay's Murder in 2014, a move that gave him the desired attention in Nigeria. Alabi also worked with Wizkid on his Made in Lagos album. He's a co-founder of JM Films with Jimmy Adesoya.
I tell you my God, you know my style, you know the chance, then it's all up, eBay. If you say you get the man, then you wanna try, you could go die, baby. You've been a landslide for a long time, but then no one believe me. All of when I come back, you one try, but you do have me for easy.
Number 4, Dami Twitch. His original name is Owolabi Oluwadamilola. Twitch started with photography in 2013 before going to full music production in 2017. That was the year he shot his first music video for Burna Boy and Yonda. He has gone on to shoot visuals for Fowls, Burna Boy, Olamide, Lil Kesh, Victor A.D., Simi, Peruzzi, Mayokun, Leah, and Davido. Number 5, HG2 Filmworks. Olaolu Olabode Folarin, also known as HG2 Filmworks, is a Nigerian-American music video director, graphic designer, entrepreneur, and cinematographer. Olabode began his production journey as a graphic designer and later went into full-time music video production in 2010. He has directed music videos for big-name artists like D'banj, Kiss Daniel, Dami Crane, Reminisce, Nice, and Scales. You will agree with me that these directors bend over backwards to churn out massive videos for our entertainment. And such, they deserve more than enough accolades for their contributions. So whenever you watch your favorite artist videos, always remember the men behind the scene.
Year-old Bobo Guy went from selling firewood and paper to becoming a wife so she could settle her mother's debt.
I was crying. I wanted someone to help, but we had no choice. The lenders were pressing hard.
More than 12 million underage girls like her get married every year, according to UNICEF.
I had not begun menstruating when I married.
I started in my husband's house.
Some girls entering into early marriages are under pressure to continue cultural traditions. Others say they had limited options.
I married my daughter off because we had no place to live. Where could I keep her? If I was in a house with her, if I had my own house like now, of course I would have sent her to school. She would not have needed to marry at 11, 12, or 13. She could have been educated, found a job, or learned a trade.
Early marriages happen across societies. In the U.S., most states permit marriage before 18 if the individuals meet certain criteria. However, critics say many of these marriages take place to circumvent statutory rape laws that protect minors.
I met him about when I was like 13, 14. So one thing after another, after a few years, we just kind of ended up together. I got pregnant underage, and that was kind of what had us go ahead and get married so I wouldn't send him to jail.
The young wives are more likely to leave school, experience domestic abuse, and live in poverty compared to those who marry later, according to human rights activists.
I lost my childhood. I loved school and going to school, but they wouldn't let me.
As governments face international pressure to take action, individuals and groups are stepping forward to help young girls.
The night before the wedding, a local official came to our house to ask whether I wanted to marry. When I said no, he halted the ceremony.
Sultan Tumadam found joy in her married life despite being forced into the union.
I had never met my husband. I didn't know him. With time, we got to know each other. I'm very happy now. Thank goodness.
But the case was different for many of the child brides VOA met over the course of this project. Now divorced or deserted, they are angry at losing their education.
I think if I had only continued my studies, I would not have to experience so much harassment from other people now. I could have found a good job.
Now mothers themselves, they say they regret their stolen childhoods and add they never want to see their children married young.
I am now fighting for my children so they don't end up like me. Someone has to fight for them.
The United Nations is trying to eliminate the practice by 2030. Jesus Amelni, VOA News.
I love to dance. My dream is to be impactful to humanity, and dance is connecting me to that dream. So I don't see dancing as just movement of the body. I see dancing as an amazingly powerful tool. Dance is the oldest form of communication. Before we are able to speak, we move first. Dance can speak to us, dance can nurture us, dance can empower us, dance can make us fit and healthy, dance can make us happy, dance can reduce stress level, depression rates, dance can stop you from even committing suicide because it's an art form of expression. And when you get to express, you are able to live. When I look at dance, it's just a cloak I can wear to connect to humanity, to be a better person. Like some people ask me, so if you know the dance, what do you want to do? I go do dance again. And I come from the family that only celebrates children because our mommy is lawyer. We are like stifled in that pressure of what our family dictates that success is. And for me, you don't do that to a cafe. Don't say I can't be great as a shoemaker. I will prove to you that shoemaker, and in fact, I'm going to make shoe for Queen of England. I read book well. I love book well. And I dey pass. So it's not a second class option for me. So being great at it doesn't mean I'm the best at it, but I'll do the best with what I have, with what I know. So there has been a lot of trial and error, but there was more of trials that worked than errors that didn't. And most of my errors were things that I used to kind of like educate myself on what not to do next. I dance and people are happy because I dance with you and you are happy. So if you don't understand that it's a product, it's different. If you don't understand that it can be a service, it's different. It's up to me to make you understand that this thing you need it to. Money should never be your motivation. because it hinders aspiration. It does. I see money as something that I can control. I want you, I get you. Who you are can make you make you be anybody that you want to be. Every individual determines their own ceiling. Now, I hate it when some people use me as their ceiling. I want to be better than Kafi. That's why you are not getting to where Kafi is. If I can dance better than her, I am better than her. Our African system doesn't like to learn from one another. We feel learning from each other belittles us. If I go somewhere now to go and learn from a younger dancer, the way he will carry it for head, the way he will talk about me in a very dishonorable manner, is what to make somebody that knows so much not want to go and learn from a younger person. I always want to impact. I don't like to see the bad in people. I always want to see the good in you. And the good in you, for me, translates at what God put in you. That is not you.
Hello and welcome to Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa. My name is Mikhail Tinubu. As always, I am your host. And this is Thursday. It's almost the weekend. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to TGI Friday. But to ease your comfort into the new weekend, I'm here to deliver the best sports stories from all around the world. And of course, I have with me to help dissect all of that and analyze for you, Victor Godfrey. Victor?
Thank you so much for having me, Mukai. It's always a pleasure to be here on Plus Sports. So yeah, let's go.
Well, all right, we'll start in Nigeria. The Flying Eagles took the lead twice in Wednesday's tie, but were pegged back by Burkina Faso's tenacious junior Etalons. The Nigeria under-20 team has qualified for the semi-finals of the ongoing WAFU B under-20 championship in Niamey. Despite being held to a 2-2 draw by the junior Etalons of